Hello and welcome to FlowForce Gaming. I'm your host, G1Marksman. Now I've been putting up so many highlight reels for Call of Duty Mobile. I never really stopped to think. I've never did an actual introduction to who I am and why I make videos. I always kept this page as a sub page from my main page. My main page I made originally as a music platform. And then I started doing a bunch of other, various things, including gaming. But I figured I'd put gaming as a different entity altogether. So this right here, consider this G1Marksman's introduction to FlowForce Gaming. Now in this video, I'm going to feature just some COD Mobile, probably Battle Royales that I recently did. Believe I'm up to Pro 4, maybe? Pro 3, Pro 4, something like that. I don't know where I'm at in Battle Royale, but I've been doing it a lot more. So let me back up. Let me tell you my story. I first started YouTube back in 2011. I used the quotations because that was when my first video was put up. Now, at that time, I was pretty much at the end of making music. I've made music, hip-hop specifically, produced and actually rapped since I was 14, 15 years old. Maybe even before that. I was a kid when I was rhyming in school, doing Cyphers, all this stuff. I was very into hip-hop. KRS-One is, first of all, my favorite rapper of all time. I'm not here to debate artists or anything. I'm getting older, so I have to get more clever because there's no way I'm going to come out as, hey, somebody from the streets and shooting guns. I mean, I do shoot guns. That's another thing. G1Marksman.
The revived flight will arrive in 1 minute.
I didn't get into how I got my name. G1Marksman is not what you think. It's not because I love Call of Duty and I'm a fucking master. That's not why how I got my name. I got my name in boot camp, in real life, basic military training. We went to CODm, and I got my marksman in CODm in basic military training. Mind you, I have not shot a gun before that in 10 years, right? 10. I was holding up 5 fingers. In 10 years before that, we had people in there saying, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I got this, I'm definitely getting this. There's a guy who didn't get it, and he was making every excuse in the world, so I was razzing him. I was like, oh, yeah, okay, I haven't shot in 10 years, and I got it. What's your excuse? What's your excuse? And he said, you know what? I'm gonna call you G1Marksman, because G1 was my my title in boot camp. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you have G1, G2, G3. I was G1. Says, I'm gonna call you G1Marksman. And I said, what?
The revived flight will arrive.
So, yo, I'm using that name. And if that person's watching right now, thank you. Because I'm using that name. I thought it was awesome. And then everybody started calling me G1Marksman. I was like, yo, that's fucking sick. So yeah, that's why I dropped the Flow With It. Flow With It was a name I had for years before that, and G1Marksman just worked a lot better. So that's how I got G1Marksman. Real life, basic military training. That's how I got it. So it's not like Call of Duty expert. No, I'm definitely not. I suck at Call of Duty. I know I do. So, yeah. So, let's continue the story. 2011, I put up a video. I actually put up 3 videos. I took down 2. I just left one up for history, just for theatrics. And it actually was my favorite song at the time that I put up. 2011, I put them up, and I was such a chicken shit at the time that I didn't want to be criticized. I'm like, my brain is like, what if people hate this? So I put it up, and I never checked my YouTube channel for years. For years. I think I made another YouTube channel with another email at one point, just so I didn't have to go on there. So I altogether, I just, nope, not for me. I had hightailed it out of there. Now, mind you, 2011 was about the time I was putting down music. Through the years, I've made stuff. I gave it to a few people, but I was too chicken shit to actually get it out there. Had I got a lot of my stuff out there, because I did have a lot of big people tell me that I had some talent. I had studios, well-known studios, offer me jobs that I was too chicken shit to take because I felt I was not good enough at that time. Even though they were saying, "Hey, you got talent here," I didn't take it at the time. I was very creative when I was younger. I was always trying to make new sounds in my production, and I had a lot more people with me too. I had, a lot of clicks, a lot of people through the years that I was with. But then there came a time where I just stopped. I stopped, and it was around that 2011. Even before that, I really wasn't. I wasn't making music like that. I pretty much slowed down a lot. So 2011, I'm working at a job over 10 years. Get to the point where it just got to be the same routine, and I was drinking a lot at the time. It was way too much, and it just got to be just a hell over and over. So I made the decision, I'm gonna get in shape, and I was very overweight. Like, I'm not. You look at me now and you say, you're a fat fuck anyway. But back then, oh man, I was very, very overweight. And I made the decision, I'm gonna get into shape after my best friend joined the Air Force, active duty. This was 2015. I grinded. I went to the gym every night after work, grinded, sweat, pain. And I did end up getting in shape. 2019, I enlisted for the Air National Guard, the Air Force National Guard. And if you're not in the Guard, you know that when you enlist with the Guard, you don't automatically right then and there go into basic training. I believe it's the same for Army National Guard. You don't automatically go into training. You go once a month, and you do whatever they ask you. They ask you to clean the bathrooms, you go clean the bathrooms. They tell you to run 2 miles, you go run 2 miles. So you do that once a month, and it prepares you for basic training. Same time, 2019, Big Kev comes up to me for like the 5th time and says, "Yo, why don't you get into a cipher?" And I'm like, I haven't rapped in so long. So long. Right? Beyond my better judgment, I did it. The end of 2019, I did the cipher, and I had so much fun with it. It sparked me getting back into music. I will link Big Kev and the Down Island Cyphers down in the description. Go check them out. It's awesome. You'll find, if you like hip hop, you will like these ciphers. These ciphers are great. So 2020, I go into basic military training, and who did I go through boot camp with? What, but none other than Mr. Certified. I'm gonna link him down in the description too. Awesome dude, awesome COD player. Okay, he's obviously way better than me. I know I'm not that great. But I went through basic training end of 2020. It was a tough year, even down there. Lockdown at military bases, all this stuff. Away from my family for so long. I have a wife and 2 kids, and yeah, it was hell. It was hellish. But I got back, completed it, and that's when I really started with music. I started pumping out LPs, EPs, working with Mr. Stig in the studio, Stigmata. Started making stuff with him, started producing my own stuff, and people throughout the years. But with all the people that I had back when I was making music and actually working with, I lost that. I lost those connections. And I regret it. I regret not keeping those connections from back then. But along the line, I decided I wanted to do gaming. I was watching gaming videos. I'm like, yo, I'm going to do gaming. And originally, my gaming videos were supposed to be much like the earlier ones. I wanted to do games that nobody knew about that were actually fun. I did a lot of earlier mobile games and that's really what the direction I went in, to do mobile games that nobody really knew about, but were pretty decent. And then I got into streaming a little bit. Again, earlier streaming consisted of games that were on the Xbox and PlayStation Store that were independent. Then I was on Mr. Certified's channel not too long ago, this year, and he suggested Warzone Mobile because he's a Warzone player. So I tried it and I liked it. I've been mobile gaming for so long that I liked it. I was decent at it. It was at least a game I can manage and play. On console, I am awful. I'm awful. I think I have a video displaying how awful I am on console. But yeah, so I put up Call of Duty Mobile videos, highlights, just because I'm a huge fan of the game. I'm a huge fan of this game. And, I'm trying. I'm Master 2 right now. I struggled through Master 1 in multiplayer. Oh, that video is going to be coming up soon. My God, I struggled. But that's obvious. I know I'm not great at the game. Yes, I do aim down sight a lot. It's just comfortable for me. It's comfortable while I'm shooting to aim down sight. I don't have hold aim down sight on. I have tap. So I'm not holding aim down sight. I have it on tap, and then I go and I target practice. I try not to do it as much anymore. I try not to, especially in Battle Royale, which I'm getting a lot more into, and I'm going to put up a lot more Battle Royale videos. But yeah, moral of the story is I'm just a fan of the game. I'm not claiming to be the greatest. I put up highlights just because they're my highlights. No, it's fun to me. It's fun to me. I'm just trying to put up an experience that perhaps you would like. That's it. And I guess in closing, I would say I got to a point in 2019, 2011. I didn't want to deal with the criticisms. And before that, I got to a point where I said, screw it. I'm going to be doing this anyway. The worst that can happen is I get a dislike on a video. And I've gotten plenty of them. I've gotten criticisms on my music. But at the end of the day, I'm still here. I'm still alive. I'm still under my roof. I still have a loving family. And I guess that's what I would pass on to everybody else. If you're in that kind of place where you don't want to get out of your shell, you don't want to rip the Band-Aid off because it's going to hurt, do it. Do it. The worst thing that will happen is you get dislikes. It's not going to do anything to you. It's not going to do nothing to you. That's it. What's the worst that can happen? You get somebody on your page saying, I don't like this. What's that going to do to you? I say, get out of your shell. Do what you love. Whether it's making music, art, any kind of entertainment, dance. Maybe you like to fix vehicles. Maybe you could put up tutorials about fixing vehicles. Anything in the world that you like to do, that you say, oh, I should put this up, but I don't want to, and you're making excuses. Don't make any excuses. Put it up. Because at the end of the day, the worst thing that can happen is somebody says they don't like it. That's it. You're going to be fixing that vehicle. You're going to be dancing. You're going to be playing the games. You're going to be doing music anyway. So you might as well just put it up. Maybe somebody somewhere will like it and will follow and will love your stuff for years to come. That's it. Just get out there. Anyway, I'm going to end it off there. FlowForce Gaming, G1 Marksman, Peace.